The story begins with a flashback to the past. We see Nikolai coming out of a bank. At that moment, Robert, who is positioned nearby, shoots and kills him. This act cements Robert's status as the top assassin. Then the story shifts to the present time. We see Robert with a new target. He has taken this man to a desolate place to execute the contract. But the man is very scared now and pleads with Robert, saying, "I can't die like this. I don't want to die like this. I have children, and I am a family man." Robert remains emotionless. The man starts trying to reassure himself, saying that if Robert hadn't come to kill him, someone else would have. He starts crying in despair. Then he tells Robert, "I can't die like this. So can you give me your gun? I want to do a brave job while I die. I want to take my own life." Robert, seeing the man's desperation and perhaps feeling a twinge of pity, gives him the gun and steps back. He knows the man is terrified and doesn't want to die. But the man shoots himself, knowing that if he doesn't, Robert will kill him anyway. On Robert's face, we see a look of weariness. He is tired of this job and doesn't want to kill people anymore. As Robert thinks about this, he receives a message from the man who gave him the contract. The contractor asks if Robert did his job incorrectly. Robert replies yes, admitting he let the target kill himself. He then tells the contractor that he wants to retire. After hearing this, the contractor offers him one last job. He says, "There is one more good job for you, and you will get $200,000 for this job." Robert thinks this is a good final job. After this, he will retire for good. He asks for the details of the target. He finds out that this man is a criminal who is going to attend a funeral soon. Robert decides to kill him there. Robert goes to the funeral. He wears a fake plaster cast on his arm to make everyone think his right hand is broken. But he has made a hole in the cast, allowing him to easily shoot his gun hidden inside. Robert is aiming at the target when suddenly, Miguel appears. Miguel, who is also there for the same target, aims at the man and shoots him dead before Robert can fire. Robert is shocked. This was his target. He wonders who killed him and why. Robert starts looking around and spots Miguel. He realizes Miguel is a rival assassin. Robert starts shooting at him and Miguel takes cover. Just then, the police arrive. Miguel thinks the police shot at him and starts firing back. A chaotic shootout begins. Miguel is eventually caught by the police and taken away. Robert follows the police car carrying Miguel. As they get some distance away, Miguel deliberately breaks his own finger to slip his hand out of the handcuffs. He attacks the police officers in the car, causing an accident. Miguel escapes the crash scene. Robert arrives at the accident and sees the crashed car, realizing Miguel has escaped. He wonders where Miguel could have gone and figures he must have headed to the taxi stand. Robert goes to the taxi stand. He sees Miguel getting into a taxi. Robert approaches the driver of that taxi, gives him a lot of money, knocks him unconscious, and takes his place as the driver. He starts driving the taxi, looking for Miguel. Soon, he spots Miguel and picks him up. Miguel, thinking it's a regular taxi, gets in. As they drive, Robert asks Miguel, "How did you get this injury on your head?" Miguel lies, saying he fell. Robert keeps asking questions, and after a while, Miguel looks at Robert's face in the rearview mirror and recognizes him. He says, "You are the #1 killer." Miguel reveals he is a big fan of Robert's. Robert asks him, "You stole my contract. Why did you kill that man? And who gave you his contract?" Miguel doesn't answer the questions. Instead, he tells Robert to just drive. He points out that they can't shoot each other because there is bulletproof glass between the front and back seats. Miguel realizes Robert won't just drive him where he wants to go. He sees some kids playing outside, aims his gun at them, and threatens, "If you don't start driving the car right now, then I will kill a child." Robert, not wanting an innocent child to be harmed, starts driving. Miguel laughs and calls Robert weak for caring about people. As they drive and argue, the police appear behind them. Robert gets distracted for a moment, and Miguel takes advantage of the situation. He climbs out of the window and tries to kill Robert. Robert thinks quickly and drives the taxi very close to a truck. Miguel gets stuck between the car and the truck and starts bumping into the truck. In the struggle, he loses his grip on his gun, and it falls. Miguel manages to climb into the front seat of the car. He tells Robert, "I will kill you soon, and after you, I will become #1. He then jumps out of the car and escapes. Robert quickly fixes the damage to the taxi, gets into another taxi, and leaves the scene. Robert goes home and calls his contractor. He asks who Miguel is. The contractor claims he doesn't know. Robert starts to suspect the contractor, thinking they might have sent Miguel to kill him, just like they had him kill Nikolai. The contractor offers Robert another big job to appease him. He says, "It is a big job for you. And if you do this job, then we will give you $2 million. Robert, enticed by the huge sum, agrees, thinking this will finally be enough money to disappear and retire. He asks about the target. The contractor tells him they don't even know the target's name, only that it's a surveillance expert. For buyers are coming to the Marriott Hotel tomorrow to buy a floppy disk containing secret information from this expert. Robert's job is to kill the buyers and bring back the floppy disk. Robert agrees to do it. We then see the surveillance expert, who turns out to be a woman named Electra. She lives in an apartment building where she has hidden cameras everywhere, keeping an eye on everyone. She confirms the deal to meet the buyers at the hotel. Robert also arrives at the hotel. We see Electra guiding the buyers over the phone. She tells them she has the information and instructs them to send the money. She guides them to put $10,000 in the air conditioning vent of their room, which she then retrieves using a machine. As the buyers are about to receive the information, they hear a pager beep. One of them checks his coat pocket and finds a pager. As soon as he picks it up, Miguel bursts into the room and kills all 4 of them. Turns out the buyers were Interpol agents, and Miguel had information about them. Miguel killed them to get the disc himself. Electra, seeing this through her surveillance, starts deleting all the information from her system. Miguel calls her and tells her she can't escape him. He demands she bring the disc to him. Electra runs away. Robert, who was also at the hotel to kill the buyers and get the disc, arrives at Electra's door just as she is leaving. She gets scared. Miguel, who is still in the buyer's room, realizes Robert is also there. He taunts Robert, saying, "You come in my way again." Robert wonders how Miguel got this information and knew to be there. Robert changes his plan. He decides not to kill Electra. Miguel tries to provoke Robert into killing the girl to fulfill his contract, but Robert doesn't do it. He takes Electra away from the hotel. Miguel goes to Electra's apartment and searches for the disc. He checks many floppy disks, but they are all empty. He finds a picture of Electra's cat, which also shows a distinctive tower in the background. He recognizes the location. Meanwhile, Robert and Electra are in the hotel parking garage. They take Electra's car, and Robert tells her to drive. But halfway out, Electra deliberately hits her car against a wall, blocking Robert's door so he can't get out. She grabs her cat and runs away, managing to get on a bus. However, she leaves her cat behind. Robert picks up the cat and watches her escape. He now needs to find where she lives. He takes the cat to a pet shop and finds out Electra's address from the cat's tag. Miguel also figures out Electra's address from the picture and goes to her apartment building. Electra arrives home and starts packing her things. She sees on her surveillance monitors that Miguel is there and has just killed one of her neighbors. She gets scared. Then, Robert arrives at her apartment. He tells her, "If you want to stay alive, then do as I say." Electra asks, "Don't you want to kill me?" Robert replies, "If I wanted to kill you, then you are not alive yet." He tells her to take her cat and wait for him at the pet shop. He leaves to confront Miguel. As Robert attacks Miguel, Electra sees her dead neighbor and realizes Miguel will kill her too. She decides to follow Robert instead of going to the pet shop. A shootout occurs between Robert and Miguel. Robert catches up to Electra and says, "I told you to go away from here." Just then, Miguel appears and kills a neighbor who was with Electra. Robert tells Electra to get out. He breaks a gas pipe and shoots, causing an explosion. Miguel, seeing what Robert is doing, jumps out of a window just as the explosion happens and survives. Robert goes to his house. We see Miguel talking to the contractor. He says, "I killed the buyers." The contractor asks, "Do you have that disc?" Miguel says no, Robert has it. The contractor then withdraws the contract, saying Miguel won't get paid. Miguel is furious. Robert calls the contractor and says he has the disc. The contractor asks how he wants the money. Robert says he wants cash. They give him a location and tell him he will get the money tomorrow. Electra now trusts Robert. They stay at Robert's safe house. Robert asks Electra why she did what she did. She explains she was a surveillance expert with no name or address, and she was supposed to get a lot of money to leave the country and start a new life. Robert asks her, "Do you want to earn $1 million?" Electra is intrigued and asks what she has to do. Robert tells her his plan. The next day, they reach the location for the exchange. Robert takes the disc from Electra and goes on to a train. He tells Electra to follow the train in a car. On the train, Robert meets the contact, gives him the disc and laptop, and receives a briefcase full of money. The train starts moving. However, after the train goes a little further, Robert stops it, opens the door, and jumps out. He lands safely. He sees the man who gave him the money was watching him. Robert meets Electra, and they get in the car. They are happy, but Robert gets suspicious of the money briefcase. He throws it into a roadside dustbin and tells Electra to drive fast. As they drive away, there is a huge explosion in the dustbin. The briefcase had a bomb in it. The contractor tried to kill Robert. Robert is furious. He tells Electra the money is gone and the disc is gone too. Electra laughs and says the disc is still with them. She reveals she switched the discs because she felt something would go wrong. Robert laughs and calls her cunning. They stop the car, and Robert calls the contractor. He tells them he knows they tried to kill him and that he switched the discs, so he still has the information. The contractor asks what he wants. Robert demands 10 times the original amount, $20 million. He says they must transfer the money to a bank account because he won't take cash anymore. The contractor agrees and asks for the account number. Robert gives them an account number for a bank in Puerto Rico and is told the money will be there by tomorrow. Electra is surprised and asks if they are still partners. Robert says yes. She calculates that she will get $10 million. Robert corrects her, saying they will each get $8 million because the bank will keep 20% for laundering the money. He asks if she has a passport because they need to go to Puerto Rico. Electra says she has 12 passports. They leave for Puerto Rico. Miguel is contacted by the contractor again. They offer him a job and send him a picture of Robert. Miguel is happy. Now he gets to kill Robert. Robert and Electra arrive in Puerto Rico and go to the bank. Robert shows Electra an old, ruined building near the bank. He takes her to the top of the building and shows her a window. He tells her, "Tomorrow Miguel is going to attack me from here." Electra asks how he knows. Robert explains, "He likes to repeat history, and I killed Nikolai from here. But now we will play a game with Miguel." Robert lays out his plan. He will go into the bank in the morning. Miguel will come to the abandoned building to wait for him to come out, just as Robert waited for Nikolai. Robert will stay inside the bank all day. By evening, Miguel will be tired and frustrated. He will leave his sniper rifle in the building and come down with his shotgun to check if Robert is still in the bank. At that moment, Electra will sneak into the building and steal his sniper rifle. When Miguel returns, the rifle will be gone, and Robert will be able to escape. They go to a hotel. Miguel also arrives in Puerto Rico and scouts the bank. He sees the ruined building and decides it's the perfect spot for his ambush, just as Robert predicted. The next day, there is a Day of the Dead procession near the bank. Electra likes it and joins the crowd. Robert looks for her. Miguel is also in the graveyard near the procession. Electra spots Miguel. Miguel suspects someone is watching him and looks around. Electra tries to avoid him. Miguel is about to catch her when Robert appears and takes Electra away. The next morning, Robert gives Electra a gun. She refuses to take it. Robert says, "When you need it, then close your eyes and shoot it." He kisses her, expressing his love, and they go to the bank. Robert goes inside, and Electra watches from outside. She sees Miguel arrive. He goes up to the ruined building and sets up his sniper rifle. Robert stays inside the bank. He tells the manager he wants to withdraw all his money and close his account. The bank employees tell him to wait. Robert waits inside, and Miguel waits outside. Time passes, and Miguel gets increasingly impatient and frustrated as evening approaches. Finally, he can't wait any longer. He leaves his sniper rifle in the building and comes down with his shotgun. Electra sees him and tells Robert he is coming out. Robert tells Electra to go into the building and steal the rifle. Electra goes inside. Miguel enters the bank. He sees Robert and asks, "How did you know all this?" Robert replies, "That's why I'm number one." Miguel goes back to the building to get his sniper rifle, but it's gone. He looks up and sees Electra on the roof with the rifle. She is trying to climb down, slips, and gets stuck. Miguel taunts Robert, saying, "As soon as you come out, I'll kill you." He goes to the roof to kill Electra. Electra manages to free herself just as Miguel arrives. Meanwhile, Robert receives his money from the bank manager. The manager tells him he must take something else as part of the transaction. Robert gives him the disc. Robert comes out of the bank and asks Electra over the radio if she is okay and has the gun. She doesn't answer because she is hiding from Miguel in the building. Robert looks at the building. Miguel appears at a window, aiming his shotgun at Robert. He says, "Now I'm going to kill you." Electra hears this, takes out her gun, closes her eyes as Robert told her, and shoots Miguel twice. Miguel falls down. Robert runs to the building and finds Electra. They start to leave. However, Miguel is still alive. He is on a floor above them. A drop of his blood falls onto Robert's shoulder. Electra sees it and warns Robert. Robert turns and shoots Miguel, killing him. Just as Robert is about to check on Miguel, Nikolai appears. Robert is shocked. He says, "I killed you." Nikolai reveals he was wearing a bulletproof vest when Robert shot him years ago. He knew Robert would try to kill him because Robert was his ambitious student. Nikolai explains he wanted to die, in the eyes of the world, to live a peaceful life. However, he found out about the disc which contained information on all his past crimes. He needed the disc to stay hidden. He manipulated the whole situation, pitting Robert and Miguel against each other so they would bring him the disc and the money. Now, he intends to kill both of them and take everything. Miguel, who was only stunned by Robert's shot, hears this. As Nikolai is about to kill Robert, Miguel starts firing blindly at Nikolai. Robert also shoots at Nikolai. Nikolai is killed. Robert turns to Miguel and says, "I have no enmity with you. You can go from here if you want. And now I'm going to retire." Miguel replies, "But even after you retire, you will be number one." Robert says, "This is it." He turns to leave with Electra. Miguel aims his gun at Robert's back. Electra, who is wearing sunglasses that reflect the scene behind her, sees Miguel aiming. She warns Robert. Robert turns and shoots Miguel, killing him finally. Robert and Electra take the money and walk away together to start their new life. The film ends here. So friends, our today's video ends here. If you liked our video, then like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.